New Logics in the Market Part 4. Do you know this about education? Discover yourself. This book is written by Mr. Deepak Satia. Chapter 25. Genuine Knowledgeable People. At this point of conversation, a question arises: can children really become knowledgeable through the use of violence? Before answering this question, it is important to remember who is a knowledgeable person according to you, and who were the knowledgeable people in the eyes of the ancient Bharatiyas. Let's talk about you first. Since you live in a modern society, surely you will agree with any of the following sentences. Please state your answer yourself. 4 types of people are considered wise in our society. First are those who have become officers, etc. It is said for him/her that he/she has read many books, passed the toughest exam after studying for 16 hours daily. As a result, he/she has become an officer. Today big people take advice from him/her. That's why he is knowledgeable. Second, we are known as religious leaders, storytellers and gurus. Such people have memorized religious stories, shlokas, mantras, ayat, kalma, and phrases according to their respective religions. When they go in front of society, they display their memorized material. Now, since the listeners do not have that material, automatically their hands are closed in respect, and the sound comes out of the mouth. He/she is very knowledgeable. The third type of knowledgeable people also emerges from the second type, whom we give the noun of great knowledgeable people. Some people have knowledge of other religions, along with their own religion. These are the people who surprise the people of both religions, as well as attract the attention of the people of other religions as well. The fourth type of knowledgeable people also emerges from the second type, whom society calls as omniscient. There are 2 reasons behind his omniscience. The first is that they have information about almost all religions. Secondly, they have such powers with which they can see the past, present, and future of any person. They have the most fame in the society. So tell me honestly, who is wiser in your eyes? If your answer is different, write it down. In modern society, an engineer with a degree who does not have practical knowledge of his work is considered knowledgeable, while a laborer who has practical knowledge of his work is considered ignorant and less intelligent. The thinking of ancient Bharat society was not at all like that of modern society. According to them, every human being has 4 stages in any one subject: unaware, informed, knowledgeable or ignorant, fool or intelligent. They believed that every human being born should be first identified as unaware in every subject, because he does not know any kind about the new subject. Every new subject is as new as the alien subject to every human being. When every person gets information about a new subject for the first time, then he is said to be informed. That is, now humans has got the initial information about the new subject. The next step in the life of a person who has received information will either come in the form of a knowledgeable person or the form of an ignorant person. Ancient Bharatiyas believed that when an informed human does his own research on the information received, he/she steps towards becoming a knowledgeable human. Ancient Bharatiyas used to believe that if even the best person in the world gives you some information, do not accept it. Do your own research on that information. If in your investigation that information came out as it was told, then you should accept it. If in your investigation that information did not come out as it was told, then completely reject that information. You are called knowledgeable by accepting or rejecting the basis of your investigation. That is, you are called knowledgeable even after rejecting the words of a superior person after finding them false in personal research, and you are called knowledgeable even after accepting the words of a retarded person after finding truth in personal research, because in both situations you have practical knowledge. This is how one becomes ignorant. If you accept or reject the information given by any person without personal investigation, then you have become ignorant in the eyes of ancient Bharatiyas, because you do not have practical knowledge. There is a trend in the present society to accept everything from a famous person and reject everything from an ordinary person. Modern society may call you knowledgeable, but in the eyes of ancient Bharatiyas, you are completely ignorant. It is very important to understand here that the knowledge of one subject cannot be knowledge of other subjects. That's why a person who is knowledgeable in one subject should not think that she has become knowledgeable in other subjects. Nor should a person who is knowledgeable in one subject demoralize herself by thinking that she is ignorant in other subjects. Remember that you are not ignorant, you are unaware. Just like you were unaware of your first subject. Research on the basis of which you became knowledgeable in that subject, do research in the same way, and keep becoming knowledgeable in every new subject. The next stage in the life of every man who has attained knowledge comes in the form of a fool or a wise human. When a knowledgeable human uses his/her knowledge in practice, then she is called wise. If a wise human does not put his/her knowledge into practice, then she is called a fool. That is, being short-sighted or retarded does not make you a fool. Not using knowledge makes you a fool. It can be understood with a small example. You are hungry, and your favorite snack is present in your kitchen. It's been evening since morning and you are still hungry. The favorite breakfast is also present in the kitchen. In such a situation, if someone does not call you a fool, then what should be you called? Now you have two types of definitions in front of you. Before proceeding further, you have to decide which according to you is more rational, the modern society or the ancient Bharatiyas. By doing this, you have to decide who according to you would call knowledgeable. I find the definition of ancient Bharatiyas correct, so I believe that if you have found truth or falsehood by searching, then only you are knowledgeable. I am proceeding according to this definition. If this seems reasonable to you, then go ahead. Now, at this point of conversation, repeat the question, can children really become knowledgeable through the use of violence? Please pause the video for 10 seconds and think about all this. Till then, we are waiting for you. Wait, countdown begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that you know that personal search is necessary to become really knowledgeable, so you can easily answer the question that violence of any kind does not help in becoming knowledgeable because personal research requires intention. You can get anything done with violence, but you cannot make anyone's intention. Suppose somehow the child starts researching, but since she does not have the intention, she will not be able to research anything properly. That is, the results of the research will always be contaminated. So remember that any kind of violence does not help in becoming really knowledgeable. Using any kind of violence you can create devils, criminals, inhuman, pitchlagu, goons and terrorists, but you can never create knowledgeable people. This is the reason why our ancient Bharatiyas teachers never used any sort of violence. They never punished anyone. When I used to give tuition at a young age, many parents used to say, "Beat as much as you want, but make our children study." I was young, so I also used to think that by using symbolic violence, verbal violence, or physical violence, children started studying. But it was my mistake as well, as it is also the mistake of the rest of society. I used to get upset by the use of abusive words, and used to cry internally by committing violence. During the research, I talked to many teachers. They also agreed that by abusing and hitting the children, their happiness and peace go away. Friends, abusive words and violence do not teach anyone. Yes, by doing this, one can turn naturally intelligent kids into pitchlagus. Those pitchlagu children will start studying, but can never become knowledgeable. They become such children, who forget everything about the previous class, as momentarily as they move to the next class. The lousy and worrisome thing is that this does not matter to the school, the teachers, or the parents. Everyone's aim is that the children pass this class and go to the next classes. By going to the next class, these pitch-lagu children become sheepish again. Teachers or parents then do not take into account that children do not have previous knowledge. Somehow they passed the paper, but they remained unaware or ignorant. Now, since they don't pay attention, in the next year the children are once again seen as worthless. In the next year, abuse the children again and make them pass the class by beating them. Do it again next year and keep doing it. In this way, children take degrees but cannot do anything good in life. They spend their precious human life in vain by doing useless jobs or business. If you look carefully, you will know that all the evils of the world are done by educated people only. Only big officers and leaders make bad laws. From global warming to world war, only educated, intelligent people do such things. Ever wondered why? Please pause the video for 10 seconds and think about all this. Till then, we are waiting for you. Wait, countdown begins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is only because they never became truly knowledgeable. They were made pitch-lagu in their childhood by their own parents, guardians, and teachers. They are pitch-lagu even today. Those who start taking intoxicants are the pitch-lagu children. If you don't believe me, then see the society around you. 95% of people take intoxicants. 80% of Bharatiyas are doing work that they do not like to do. Instead of living, everyone is passing the time. In this way, parents and salary seekers teachers have been ruining the lives of our Bharatiyas' children for years, and if these people do not stop, then they will continue to ruin the future as well. We keep thinking that the children of today will create a bright future for tomorrow, but this will never happen, because today's children would have become great pitch-lagu of tomorrow. This is the reason why diseases, intoxication, theft, corruption, crime, and poverty have been at their peak in our country for many years.